Welcome, everybody. Let's talk about something a little bit different today. I'm going to talk about the importance of keeping goals or having goals. I know this sounds really old school. Oh my gosh, this has been preached, if so to speak, or, inspirational speeches for decades, maybe even centuries about having goals. But we're going to just talk briefly. I'm going to talk briefly about this and in regards to trading. And we're looking at the Discord server. This is where all the membership takes place for my members and the membership that I provide, okay? This is not necessarily a video about, hey, join my membership, even though if you want to join, you can do that at the end of the video. I'll show you how to do that. But this week, I talked to members a lot on the Discord server, and I said, hey, my goal is $200 a day, or basically $1,000 a week, this week specifically. And I wanted to show members, especially those with small accounts, which I don't know who has small accounts, who has large, but I'm pretty sure quite a few of the members have small accounts. That's kind of typical for retail traders. A lot of them have small accounts. But I wanted to express to them and to the general public that goals are really, really important. All right, I'm going to go through something today. I'm going to show you something. But first, we're going to just look briefly here at the Discord server. This is one of the channels on the Discord server. This is a members-only Discord server. You got to pay to get on it, okay, for almost all the channels. But this one called the S&P 500 channel is sharing throughout the week. And let me just scroll up. I'm going to show you a few things here. There's a lot of different posting going on here, from a lot of it from me and from other members. Okay, let's see if I can find. I think 516 was last week. Okay, here we go, 520. So here is 520. This is May 20th, and I made $200. That was Monday. Okay, so there's one day, and then there's some comments, some people commenting, and then 521 the next day, another $200 I made. Okay, 521. That's me with the G. Hey, G, get us. Okay, so that was Tuesday. And then yesterday, which was Wednesday, because today's Thursday, so yesterday, what do you know? Another $200, right? So I was sticking to my goal, right? I'm trying to, show you that I was very disciplined. I had a goal of $1,000 a week, and I'm sticking with it. Okay, in a minute, we'll talk about could I have made a lot more and all that other stuff, but that wasn't the objective this week. This week was to really show the members that goals are super important. Even with a small retail account, you can just have goals every day. A quick in and out trade, you're making $50 a day, $40 a day, $100 a day, whatever you're doing. Okay, something really small and simple that you're always bringing in some amount of money every day. It's really important to get into the habit of making a little bit of money every day. All right, and then this one here was just me kind of repeating some stuff from yesterday, and then blah, blah, blah. And here we go. Here's today. Today at 9:02 in the morning, I made $300, maybe kind of small, but there's $300 right there. Okay, so then I posted this, just the members' little spreadsheet I had so far what I've done for the week. Okay, let's switch to black. Monday, $200, profit, dang. Tuesday, $200, dang. Wednesday, $200, dang. Thursday, today, $300, dang. Tomorrow, guess what? My goal is $200 tomorrow. Today, I made a little more than that because the market had a really big pullback, and I kind of took advantage of a small little bounce and whatever. It doesn't really matter how I did it. The point is, I was disciplined. And I just stick with my goal, and I'm at $900. And I'm hopeful that tomorrow, guess what? $200, and I'll make whatever $1,100 tomorrow, or whatever it is. Meet my $1,000 goal, right? So goals are really, really super important. This may sound old school, but a lot of people, they just don't set goals. They have, well, this. Let's say you're working a job and you can't really just trade every single day. Then you have a goal for the week. That might be $150 for the whole week. But you gotta have some kind of goal for the week. For me, the goal was $1,000 a week, and I broke it up into $200 a day. Okay. And you need to do this, because if you don't set a goal, that means you'll just be kind of lazy and sloppy about it and whatever. Now, the other thing I've been saying to myself the last 2 weeks is do not be in a hurry to trade. This is a big deal, especially when you're doing this disciplined kind of trading where you're just sticking with, you're sticking with a very disciplined approach to trading like you see me doing here where it's $200 a day, okay? Don't be in a hurry to trade. But that's not the same thing as don't trade at all. But don't be in a hurry to trade. In other words, I keep telling myself, I want to find the absolute most premium time in the market to trade on that 24-hour period. I trade futures. Okay, so I can trade almost 24 hours. I trade 23 hours a day if I want to. Okay, but this week I've been taking advantage of basically either pre-market just before the opening bell, or soon somewhere between like opening bell and like the first hour or so. Because I'm just looking for small in and out trades. These are very quick. A lot of these trades literally, like I think most of these days, like maybe 3 out of these 4 days, I was in and out of the trade in less than 10 seconds. And yesterday was a little bit longer. I made a little boo-boo in the morning, so I had to kind of be a little more patient and wait to make the profit. Today was a very quick trade. Again, it was like 10 seconds. In and out. So I was scalping. Okay. And why? Because I had a pretty decent sized position and I don't want to be exposed to the market for any serious length of time at all. I talked about that in another video, but we won't cover that today, okay? All right. So now let's switch over I'm going to do my regular video for everybody and the members at the end of the day, but we're going to switch over to the charts real quick and I want to show you something. All right, this is the 5-minute chart, and let me get the right color yellow here. I'll show it better on the screen. This 5-minute chart, and I kind of have it squished up down here so I could show the candlesticks much better. We're over here. It's about, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And this is the 1 o'clock cycle low that was forecasted in the hourly chart. So for members, they get to see that. Okay, this is the 5-minute chart, but there's an hourly chart that's being streamed right now that members can see. That's right across my office here, and I'm looking at it right now. And it has a 1 o'clock cycle low. And man, did it ever hit this 1 o'clock cycle low. Look at this bad boy. Bam. But I want to show you this part up here. This was at 7:30 this morning approximately. 7:35. Way over here. And I expected, I saw this kind of happening right here. I was up really early, like 6:30 in the morning. And I saw this starting to pull back right here. And I thought, oh, it's going to pull back. I thought today was going to be a bounce day. Okay. And I saw this very common to see a pullback pre-market at this time of day. Like for me, it's like 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And this pullback was from about, we'll say 65 down to about 60. That's 5 points. Okay. I could have easily entered this trade, like easily. As a matter of fact, I have a history of doing very well in pre-market. I make a lot of money pre-market. Okay, but this is 5 points right here. Just this 5 points, kind of ugly looking 5 points. Just above this is the 4-hour simple moving average. Okay, and I thought this is to be expected. I kind of expected this, but the market surprised me and pulled back really hard all the way down to the 24-hour, which you can see was about 53.44 or 45 at that time down in here. Okay. Normally what I would have done is I would have re-entered. Let's say I took these approximately 5 points. I would have re-entered on this candlestick right about there. Okay. And grabbed this, almost this entire candlestick. That's 12 points. Okay. And I would have exited right here on this dinky little candlestick that paused right at this green line remember this is the 4-hour. I'll just put 4H. Ugly looking H. And this is a 24-hour. Okay. I know been trading long enough to know I'm getting out right there. The market has a habit of pausing there. I would have got out. So that's 5 and 12, 17, right? What would have happened next? It breaks below the 24-hour and probably about a third of the way this candlestick down. I'm like, oh, it's game on. The market is giving it up. So let's find out where that is. 53.42. Okay. All the way down to 24. So 24, 34 is 10, 20, 18 points. I'm not mistaken, I calculated right, 18 points. And I would have got out right there, somewhere down in here. So let's add this all up. This would have been a typical trade that I would have pulled off. Okay, 17 and 18 makes 35. 35, yes. 35 points, guys and gals, from here to there, with 1 or 2 exits and re-entries. Okay, you want to know how much that translates into my position size? I'll put it on here. Right here. $7,000 worth of profit here. And I don't mean $7,000 like catching every last little drip and drop of range. No, I don't mean like in panic mode or really hard to get. No, I just mean pretty basic trades of enter, exit, re-enter, exit, re-enter, exit. You follow me? Smart trading, 7K. So some of you may say, well, why didn't you do that? I could have done this. But why didn't I do it? Because I had a goal for the week. And some people say, it's just plain silly. You gave up $7,000 today. That's stupid. What are you doing? Look, the whole point of this whole week was to really strongly emphasize that goals matter. And discipline has a lot to do with achieving goals. And a lot of people, they don't know how to start small. They just want to go for big. They just want to do this. Well, first of all, my account size affords me the ability to do this. Yours may or may not. I don't know. I know I have some members that can do trades that are even bigger than this. I've seen some 1 or 2 of my members, they'll pull off $15,000 in a day. So there's some pretty hefty accounts that use my membership, but most of it's probably much smaller accounts. So before you start thinking about hitting gold at a pot of gold to the end of the rainbow, you first have to learn how to do it and gain your confidence and do it on a really small scale. Whatever your account allows you to do. You have to have goals, which sounds really old school, but it's super important. You have to have discipline to meet those goals. Now, if somebody were to ask me right now, hey, Geddes, are you happy? Did you tomorrow, hopefully I make 1,000 for the total of the week, I make 1,000 or more. If somebody says, hey, Geddes, are you happy you made $1,000 this week? I'm saying, yeah, I'm happy you made $1,000 this week. Because I know that translates to $50,000 a year. Okay? And how many of you right now watching this video, whether you're a member on my service or not, even to the public, be honest, you may be in the room by yourself where you're at, raise your hand. Would you like to make 50K profit this year? Everybody's going to raise their hand. Would you be okay with 50K a year? Heck yeah. If you knew right now that over the next 12 months you could make 50K, would you take it? Like I'm not going to say guaranteed, but you know what I mean. Would you take the 50K? Or are you going to say, no, I'm not going to take it because I know I could make 7,000 every day? That's just not realistic, by the way. I'm not selling for the 50,000. What happens if you choke it and blow it because you're going for the lottery approach? I want it all. And you're like, you can't control your fear of missing out. Or you can't control your greed, right? You have a greed problem, or you don't understand money. You definitely don't understand risk management. See, by this week, by just showing the members and the general public, for that matter, of me just making approximately $200 a day, that the discipline really has built-in risk management. That's another thing about that approach. It's almost built in. I'm just getting to 200. I don't care if the market could maybe 7,000. I just pigeonholed myself into $200 a day. Okay, for you, whatever that is, if that's 500, 400, $50, $25, whatever it is, do it. You should be striving to make, if you can't do it every day because you're working a job, then every week you should be striving. Let's say you work a job and you just don't have the time to do it. Then pick 1 or 2 times in the week where you really have a lot of available time, okay? And you're going to pick the most premium time to trade during those windows. I don't really like that approach because you're limiting yourself, but if that's all you got, okay. But be very careful about just don't make the mistake of trading just because you have time to trade. That's a huge mistake. All right. But every week you should be having a goal. And you really need to break up those goals into daily goals. And that's how you get it done. And that was that's not the only reason why I did that this week, but that was part of the reason why I did this $200 a day exercise this week. To be honest with you, I needed to do it for other reasons it doesn't really matter why. I just needed to do it. Sometimes you have to build confidence, guys. Sometimes you got to kind of start from square one and build confidence and know that what your analysis is good. And you might have to do that in really small incremental ways so that you can gain the confidence to later take big trades, okay? The market also was not, the S&P 500 specifically, I wasn't looking at the NASDAQ, I was just looking at the S&P 500. But I'm sure the other indices are probably doing similar to the S&P 500. But the market was not big range movements, right? There were a lot of small, choppy range days. So it's okay to go just get $200 a day for me. I'm fine with it. Okay, today was a bit of a surprise. Well, that's okay. Right, well, look at this massive pullback going on here. Crazy pullback. All right, so I'm going to end the video right here. Stick around to the very end if you want to become a member. But for everybody else, set the goals, man. Become a member. Use the member. By the way, this $200 a day challenge or the 1,000-week challenge I kind of did for myself that I'm just sharing with everybody. I did it through my own membership, guys. My membership service that I provide to people, I always say this all the time. I actually literally use it. Okay, it isn't just me making $7.99 per member and I sit back with my feet up in the air smoking a cigar. I trade. Okay, and I actually literally use my own membership or my own services. It's great. I look over at the service. I got the streaming charts. I use it. Okay. And my opinion is for the $7.99 a month is an extremely good value. All right. All right. So that's all I'm going to say is, guys and gals, you've got to set goals and you got to be disciplined to meet those goals. Sometimes scalps are the way to go in really choppy markets like we've been having. And small profits, guys and gals, at the end of the week, small profits add up to big. Or I like to say, in the spirit of Donald Trump, bigly, baby, bigly.